Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning class, good morning everyone. Good morning Miss Yanti as lecturer. We're from group 10 and in this presentation we will discuss about analytical exposition text. There are 4 members in group 10. First one is Emma Gusal Hafizu, second Clara Aurora Ratu Rosari, third Galuh Audia Pamesta, and fourth Ananda Fitriani as a moderator. The definition of analytical exposition text will be explained by Clara Aurora Ratu Rosari. Clara, time is yours.
Analytical exposition is a type of spoken or written text that is intended to persuade the listeners or readers that something is the case. To make the persuasion stronger, the speaker or writer gives some arguments as the fundamental reasons why something is the case. Next, Nanda. Social function of analytical exposition text is to persuade the reader that the idea is important matter. I give it back to moderator. Nan, unmute Nan.
Thank you. Ulang, ntar aku cut deh. Thank you, Clara, for the explanation. Next slide will be explained by Galuh Audia Pamesta. Galuh, time is yours.
Thank you, Nanda. Generic structure of explanation of analytical explanation text. First is thesis. Position of thesis is introduce topic and indicates writer's position, and preview position, and then there is preview is outlines the main arguments to be presented. Next is argument. The point of argument is restates main argument outlined in preview. Elaboration is developed and supports each argument. The next generic structure is reiteration. Reiteration is the conclusion, summing up the arguments. Next. Next is significant lexicogrammatical feature. First is focused on generic human and non-human participant. Second is use of simple present tense. Third is use of relational process like keying verb. Fourth, use of connectivist or word that link arguments. Five, use of internal conjunction. And 6, use of casual conjunction. I give it back to moderator.
Thank you, Galuh, for the explanation. And next slide will be explained by Ananda Fitriani. There are 4 connectives in analytical exposition text. Number 1 is for ordering and evaluating. The example is firstly, secondly, after, then finally, furthermore, ultimately, the most important blah blah blah, another important blah blah blah, and most of all blah blah blah. Number 2 for contrast. The example is altaf, however, whereas, on the other hand, yet, and unlike. Number 3 is for comparison. The example is also, in addition, as well as, neither, and similarly. Number 4 is for explaining. The example is because, since, as, therefore, thus, hence, consequently, as the result, and due to. Next slide will be explained by Emma Gusal Hafizu. Agus, time is yours.
Okay. To make conclusion, we can use the expressions. Example, in conclusion, blah, 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 blah. From the facts above, blah, 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 blah. Therefore, blah, 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 blah. On this basis, blah, 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 blah. To conclude, blah, 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 blah. We state that, blah, 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 blah. On the wall, blah, 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 blah. We conclude that, blah, 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 blah. From the statement, blah, 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 blah. Okay, next slide. Cars should be banned in the city. As we all know, cars create pollution and cause a lot of road deaths and other accidents. Firstly, cars, as we all know, contribute to most of the pollution in the world. Cars emit a deadly gas that cause illness such as bronchitis, lung cancer, and triggers of asthma. Some of these illnesses are so bad that people can die from them. Secondly, the city is very busy. Pedestrian wanders everywhere and cars commonly hit pedestrians in the city, which cause them to die. Cars today are our road biggest killers. Thirdly, cars are very noisy. If you live in the city, you may find it hard to sleep at night or concentrate on your homework and especially talk to someone. In conclusion, cars should be banned from the city for the reason listed. Okay, thank you. Back to the moderator.
Thank you, Agus, for the explanation. So, explanation text, there are three generic structure. As we all know, is thesis. Firstly and thirdly is argument. And then there is reiteration, is in conclusion. Next slide is listening section. So the direction is you should listen carefully and then fill the blank. Okay, so let's get started.
Cars should be banned in the city. As we all know, cars create pollution and cause a lot of road deaths and other accidents. Firstly, cars, as we all know, contribute to most of the pollution in the world. Cars emit a deadly gas that causes illnesses such as bronchitis, lung cancer, and triggers off asthma. Some of these illnesses are so bad that people can die from them.
Okay, so we've done about fill the blank. The number one question is create. Number two is firstly, and then number three is contribute. Number four is causes. Number five, secondly. Number six, wonder. Number seven, thirdly. And then number eight is in conclusion. Congratulations for you guys if you guys answer all correctly. That brings us to the end. Thank you very much for your time and your attention. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.